This is a game where
they need a playmaking hero because these heroes are really hard to make any kind of rotation. Wyvern can do some pre-level 6, not that great, but it's going to be an SF.
Good old SF. And now this is where WeHaw's going to have to shine. He's going to have the last pick of the draft. He's going to have to win his matchup, keep the SF down, and then he's going to have to be leading the charge in some of these early fights.
What about Queen of Pain? Does she have a place?
I always feel like I'm okay with a QoP, but I never see it picked up. Like maybe I see it banned, right? But it's never actually picked up. Similar hero. It's the same thing you have in mind with QoP, right?
Yeah, it's a burst damage that they needed. Someone to buy time for Terrorblade in this game so he can find his place, hit the jungle, get a couple of neutral items. But I want to see them playing. Also, the thing is, you have this Treant Protector who loves to use his heal on the towers, but whenever there's a TB in the game, like he's not dealing any chip damage. He goes in, takes it by force, so it's not going to be that efficient.
Let's start with Fighting Pandas here. How does this lineup actually put together a win, Cap?
It's got to be winning out your side lanes because you think that Ryle might be having a hard game. Like he's already in its matchup, kind of lost some of those lanes, and you've given the Lina pickup, which I assume beats SF. And so you have to win your side lanes and start snowballing a bit while still maintaining your tower lead with your living armor. If Team Nigma ever get to a point where in the first 15 or 20 minutes where they feel strong enough they can start taking towers away from Fighting Pandas, then Fighting Pandas is getting big time trouble because these early tower kills is just going to open up more and more space for Terrorblade to farm, for Underlord to split push you, and then that just naturally draws out the game because you have to do lane maintenance, you know? Side lane's pushed in. Oh, somebody's got to go deal with that instead of 5-manning into the enemy team.
Fighting Pandas, they need to win their off lane. Like this Batrider needs to do so much, have a good time, and continue to put the pressure. Shadowfiend can recover easily in the jungle. I mean, both of these cores love to be in the jungle. Also getting those neutral items. You want to have those heroes who can farm the jungle fast and outpush the lanes.
Take Roshan, meanwhile Team Nigma. I think it's the game plan's relatively simple. Survive the laning phase, and as always with Team Nigma, like outplay them in the mid game, out team fight them. You have really good team fight potential.
All right, I hate to do this, but it might be the last one in the series. Do you guys think Fighting Pandas are going to make it to a game 3, or do you think it is going to be the last game of the series, Cap?
Better chance than last game.
I'm still favoring Nigma's lineup. I would say 65 to 35.
All right, well, let's find out. We're going to jump down to the casters right now. We're going to see if Nigma is going to be able to close this one out and send the Fighting Pandas home.
In a way, you kind of hope that Nigma close it out so Rich can stop kissing himself on the face. But Fighting Pandas, if they can get it out, if the Batrider can be a good pickup as well, maybe they can force this to a decider and keep their minor hopes alive to get to the major.
This is such an insane Batrider game. I don't know.
Do you put it on the same level as the anti-mage in the last game?
Yeah, at least from a laning perspective. There's no bad matchups. He's good against 4 heroes in the game in lane, and the 5th one is Alina, who's also good against, but Lina will be mid. So I'm expecting Batrider to do big things this game. It's the single best pick of the draft, in my opinion, hands down. It was a really good spot by Fighting Pandas that they saw both the Underlord and Terrorblade, so both side lane matchups are bad. And I don't mind that they're playing at position 4 in AUI, because
they're already starting.
I think a 4 bat can do tons of work this game. As far as the macro game goes here, what you want to do as Fighting Pandas is you want to get an advantage out of the laning stage, and you want to start taking towers. Get Drow and SF together with the Omni Knight, start knocking on the front door. Terrorblade won't want to join fights. He has to push lanes and just farm for a while. And then it's about how long can Underlord, Wyvern, and Elder Titan defend together.
Snaking, GH, and Miracle all just having the stare down. There'll still be a 2-2 trade-off. Snaking's not going to force the issue here. See, I always wonder, like, when I see a Drow Ranger lineup, if it's worth trying to push an aggro. Like, if it's worth trying to at least, like, get someone to run a defensive aggro lane against the Drow Ranger so she can't level up quickly, so she can't be involved fast.
I don't think Nigma can do it this game. There's no tri-lane they can put that's good. You kind of have to play 2-1-2. Terrorblade in a tri-lane gets levels too slowly. You really want to get the level 4 so you can start jungling. If you tri-lane Underlord, same problem. This hero really wants levels. So you need to have a very good reason, and I don't think there's a good enough one here to do either.
I like
They're gonna split like this.
I like Kuro using the last part of his Arctic Burn, making sure like if they can remove as many trees as possible, they do it to stop Moon Meander having this free time. But double slows onto Mind Control. This is going to be such a hard game to just stay on the front lines, especially as Joe Rangers has to pick up some earlier levels. And AUI running the support Batrider, staying on top of GH, pick up those sticks, boys.
He wanted to go out here and block the camp so there's no pull. Ideally, what you want to do as Batrider in this lane, you want to get level 2 ASAP, and then you want to sit on Terrorblade non-stop. Sticking napalm, sticking napalm, sticking napalm. When he's 3-stacked, he has to back off.
Oh, wow.
It's coming out.
Yep, Mind Control already going down, so it was going to be a hard lane, but probably wasn't expecting it to be that hard. But it's this double slow, having to walk through, like, it's like budget ice path.
This lane is really powerful from FP. So, yep, both their side lanes, I think, are just theoretically favored. The Batrider will win this lane if he plays correctly and gets level 2. The bottom lane, I also think Drow Treant is just one of the stronger lanes in Dota you can have right now. Treant compensates for all of Drow's weaknesses and really lets her shine in that lane.
And
double raise.
Fairy Fire is available for Weeha, so he'll be able to survive. But he's definitely not feeling too healthy. Wants to make sure he holds that full sound duration.
They did not.
Nice one as well, range creep. I think this time around GH is not being so heavily punished by the Pandas every time he came forward. But normally it would end in death in the last game, but there's no tri-lane. There's more of a just lane control, but Miracle, he'll be very used to this. This is one of his big comfort here is the Terrorblade. You can see how he plays it so differently to the other Terrorblades we've seen on this stage, like Metamorphosis burn at the very start, have an influence, and then look to the objectives.
Exactly. I think Fighting Panda should probably have played this top lane a little bit different. I think Batrider's level 2 is coming in too late, and Terrorblade already having 11 CS is really, really good news for him. All right, good harass here onto MC.
Never-ending slow.
This time, but...
You think? It's still a level 1 cold arrow, so... No, Mind Control walks away. Kuro's trying to make himself a bigger target. He actually killed off Moon Meander's courier and will TP back to the tier 1 tower. Tier 1 tower.
That's pretty sexy play. I like that. Good stuff. Yeah, as I was saying, top lane, Miracle's game is already better than it should have been, largely because the Batrider hit level 2 so late, and the reason he hit level 2 so late was that he was very focused on blocking the pull of GH, which he did manage.
There's 2 couriers now. They got Envy's courier as well. Kuro will lose his life for it. But Moon's TPing all the way home now. It'll just be a one-on-one. And Wyvern will also have to do the walk of shame. But Envy's fine with this. This is now solo experience. He does have that level 3. And Mind Control. At least he has the protection of the tier 1 tower. Can't say the same for Miracle. Snaking doesn't really respect the same thing. Flame Break coming out. That's not going to be a great time. But hey, we'll watch Kuro have his death after taking out the courier.
The suspense now. Did he actually die? No, he did not.
No, he did not. Okay. That's
great play from Miracles to survive there. That was a really smart play. Putting up the replay right when he was getting ganked, so they couldn't see him. And then he got away.
Next level play. Moon's going to save the arcane rune for Bryle, so just like his Storm game, able to get these nice, easy refills of bottles. All going towards him being the #1 CSer on the board. Do a lot of work on this SF, same as the Lina. Mind Control CS has just been absolutely tanked. He's half the CS of the Omni Knight. He's actually the 2nd CSer on the board, going toe-to-toe with the Terrorblade.
Oh. I want to see something big come out of the top lane for FP, though. I don't think... you're doing fine in your bottom lane, you're doing fine in mid, and you have a slight lead here, so it's definitely not bad at all. But you're definitely, in this game, you're expecting to win 2 lanes, and currently one of them is a draw.
Interesting maneuver from Moon. He's just saying hi, but this is around the 5-minute bounty room time. Kuro being trapped down once again. Mind Control moved over for the rune, so Moon bringing Kuro into the fight with the Cold Embrace. Giving Kuro that little bit more life to try and survive. Meanwhile, Weeha will actually go down to Bryle. That's a solo kill. There's no other support there. Kuro will die to Envy in the meantime, while Mind Control will pick up both. Oh no! Missed him by that much, and Kuro wants to stick around. Split to Blast. It will only bounce into the creep wave.
You hate to see it, Toby.
I know, sometimes you love to see it.
Unless you hate anime, then you'll love to see it.
I don't hate it, just a little bit more indifferent of late. As I start to get older, you know, that thing called growing up.
Toby, that's not how it works.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think enemy has any age. Okay.
Oh, mind control.
I don't think Moon Meander has any health.
Mind control will go to the tree lines. Envy trying to play around. This one will hit, but
That
mind
doesn't
control, he's just...
do damage there, I think.
Not a lot of it. He put 3 points into it too. Here's that
we see
battle
it.
on like Bryle soloing out Weeha.
Hit and raise here. Nicely done. That was a pretty close kill. I think the overkill there was by like 5 or 10 health. Can't have been much more than that.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Control playing from the trees. And Envy actually copying a fair amount of burn damage, but it's all good. And UI's going rogue, but Terrorblade illusion. Doesn't matter if Miracle's playing top lane.
Oh, GH
In fact, he's
is
not.
dead.
GH is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I carry a hand.
Now Laguna Blade.
I guess the
AUI goes
raise.
down, so Weeha's able to grab something. Bryle still bottling up. Last Striker Ray is able to connect, going to give Weeha a little bit of extra space, but long range Raze comes to cool down 1 second time. Weeha got to play the trees, and now Raze. Splash damage error is pretty damn good, but Miracle moving over too. GH needs to get the stomp off, but he can't do it. Bryle's already moving himself away.
Bryle's doing great this game. Very, very good job in that mid lane. Didn't expect that outcome there, to be honest. He's 10 CS ahead of Weeha. He's killed him twice now.
Who was that found by?
Nobody.
Nobody
Nobody got a jelly.
No one's
Well,
found the Royal Jelly. What? So a neutral kills it, like it's the creep wave, right? That's what's killed it. Mind control going to die over in the tree lines. And now Kuro also feeling a little too close for comfort. Moves through the trees, but there's an observer ward down. That's why the fighting PandaS know what they're up against. AUI rotates in from the side. Keeps the napalm charges coming up as Kuro gets more life, but all the slows in the world. Kuro will go down. Question is, did they get the jelly?
The question in everybody's minds, where's the jelly? Wouldn't it be annoying if the game just started announcing items that didn't drop and then it said found by nobody? Like one item at a time, just cycles through them.
It's just randomly. It's like,
Well, somebody must have a nickname that's an empty line or something, because I don't think it says found by the moment you loot it.
yeah.
So somebody did find that jelly.
No, I think it was the creep wave. The creep wave was pulled in on the bottom
No, but
lane.
it's not about the kill, it's about the pickup of the item. It doesn't say found by until it's looted. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
I'm pretty sure about that. I could be wrong. If it is the case the way I think it is, then it might be a bug where Terrorblade loots the item, but he has an illusion as well, and then it thinks the illusion doesn't exist, but the illusion got it or whatever. I don't know.
You know, I saw one tweet us what the hell
Yeah,
happened.
I don't know what happened.
I think it was a creep wave, and that's what happened. But hey, give us the no. We like to have facts here, not random theories.
Damn, Lena's 1,500 behind. Weeha's been trashed in lane this game. And it hasn't even been because of ganks.
No.
It's just been Bryle.
Bryle's outplayed it.
Yep, flat out.
And there was like, it's actually the worst lineup to even rotate. AUI, Laguna Blade going to work. Mind control will hold AUI there in place. A much needed kill for Weeha, but probably not the hero we wanted to find. But he'll take it.
Not really higher value than if he had just taken 2 waves mid and a camp in the jungle. That would have given him more gold. But this way, they obviously free out some space for Kuro to get levels mid on Wyvern. And this feels like the kind of game where Kuro actually needs to somewhat carry with spellcasting. He needs good cold embraces against the Drow SF,
Oh, now
and
they
he
go.
needs a good curse.
Fire Striker Raze out into the quick little Spirit Stomp. Weeha, no Laguna Blade available, and snaking, it doesn't matter. He just shields and shields and shields on shields. While Mind Control, well, he won't have
he's
that kind of
dead.
luxury. Raze 1, 2, and man, that AoE for the Raze is really good.
Yep, that was on the edge. Before that, long raise would have missed. The other 2 were not even close to missing.
Now GH is on the run. So much slow from this PandaS lineup. It's so hard just to outrun
Radiant's top tower
their
is under
lineup.
attack.
But GH will walk it off. Turns for a quick Spirit, trying to combo with Weeha, who still doesn't have his Laguna back up. But it's for the 10 minutes. Look for the outpost. Fighting PandaS took both before. Weeha looks like he's just coming in for the bounty rune at least, because Omni Knight's taking the outpost on top and Batrider's taking the outpost on bottom. GH can't stop it. He's trying to stomp, but it won't come in time. In fact, Moon Meander cutting through the trees was there to help out his teammate. Wasn't even required. 3K advantage now for the PandaS.
They're in a great position to get this game to snowball territory. Omni Knight's farm, Drow's farm, Shadowfiend's farm. You group up. You're playing against a lineup that has good defensive capabilities, but damage is a concern until you get farm on this Terrorblade because Lena's game is this weak. And you see Shadowfiend already knocking on the mid-tier 1 tower. Kuro's level 5, can't really defend it, just pulling away a creep.
Yeah.
The siege creep stays alive.
You don't even have the scare factor of the curse. Like once that's up, maybe they got a little bit more. The ET splitter is up, Moon Meander. And how many supports are you going to kill off and say, was this really worth it? Commit the ET splitter, Miracle will arrive. And maybe with Tree down, they try and commit something like take a tier 1 tower in mid. But their creep wave's so far off.
And in the meantime, Omni Knight is pushing top and Batrider is finding farm bottom. And even though the Batrider's game didn't go as well as I would expect in this top lane, he can have a huge impact even with a bad start, just because all of his matchups are good. Nobody can remove Sticky Napalm, and that's the hero's bread and butter.
Here we go again. The Flame Break pushing him back, and Mind Control, so many raids, but the curse is out. And while if Bryle is very, very strong, they can kill his teammates. That's what the curse is all about. More supports coming in from the west. Bryle's trying to run away from Weeha. Gets hit by the Dragon Slave, makes a break for the tree lines. More TP supports coming in. Bryle winds up the ulti. Kuro cops it all to the face. With the ET Spirit, they still keep the vision going. Another quick catch out. Snaking comes in close. Raiders almost Mind Control gonna fall, but he doesn't. They went back in again. Bryle and Snaking will now die.
I don't think Bryle realized. I think there was Heavenly Grace expiring on him, and his health dropped by a lot. And then he took one barrage from the Firestorm and a Dragon Slave, and he just died.
Oops!
Wow, that is really bad news from FP. This should not be happening right now.
Well, we're saying it before in game 1, right? Start to get a little tired. BKB and self-fuels, like not exactly what you're looking for. And they got to try and just steal their minds. That advantage was good, and it still is in favor of the Pandas.
But this is not a big lead anymore, and you're playing against Terrorblade. You kind of lost a 3k gold lead you just had on this one moment bottom. And even though they got both outposts, well, when you start losing heroes afterwards, they're worth that bit more experience because they're higher level. And the gold bonus as well from being behind. Obviously was changed recently. If the gold difference is less than 1k, then it doesn't use the formula, but they were ahead, so these kills are big. And Kuro, I was saying the curse is going to be an important tool this game. He's playing against Drow SF, so anybody who gets caught next to him will take crap loads of damage. SF soloed Batrider that fight.
Yep.
You're going to just kill him for him.
You thought they were your friends.
You got to be careful playing around the Wyvern this game.
Like, Moon's really trying to get this outpost back again.
It's not that important right now, I think.
It's 13 minutes in, but it's something we've seen Pandas really prioritize. Always reclaiming these outposts, always having a TP position.
Got it.
And if he's got the wave clear, Weeha's Invis Rune didn't pay dividends either. He actually bought BTs as well.
Snaking went Midas on Omni. I don't know, man. Like, I'm a bit of a Midas hater this patch. And I don't think that is the tempo you should be playing this Radiant lineup with this game. Group up and start doing something. If you're playing it slow, if you're like, sure, we can get Midas, go later, you're doing that into Underlord, Wyvern, Terrorblade, Elder Titan. Doesn't that just like scream late game to you?
You were the second analyst to have issues with Midas build for Snaking, and it's the third time today it's happened in just the last 2 series, obviously the ones they played.
Has he won a game with it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, Snaking. Trap him, Laguna Blade, there's enough life curse. He's gonna hold him there, the ET Splitter, he breaks free of it so fast, but the Splitter will do the work from GH. It's actually almost when it works against you.
Yeah, they knew the curse was going to be short because of Heavenly Grace, so GH with a heads-up play there. Moondrop trying to defend the tower. No one's there, though.
Yeah.
That tower is still going down.
No, he's trying to deny it. Won't happen. In fact, Moon overstaying is welcome now. Kuro, Miracle, we are all working together. Line Strike Array is going to connect to GH. Just watching. Like he's a kill voyeur.
And now it's bounty rune time. Let's see what we can get from both teams. Look like FP will maybe get 4 bounties, actually. Sure, you lost your mid-tower, but...
They've still got both shrines. Wait, there's TP's down to the bottom lane. They're trying to stop AUI
I'll get that one.
From claiming it. Mind Control's going to come in, puts the pit. Weeha. Well, he hit the Dragon Slave to begin with. Needs to hit the Light Strike Array. Able to do so, and goodbye, AUI.
And they'll get 2 runes as well now.
Yeah.
AUI chose the wrong one. If he had taken the river one, he would have got it. But now instead he gets no rune and dies, and will probably lose this tier 1 tower unless there's a big rotation coming down now from FP.
I think I was really trying to just play for the outpost. And gold.
Oh, that's
ballsy.
There's no point playing for the outpost right now. I think 15 minutes is like the worst time in the game to go for an outpost. There's a bounty run there that the enemy team will try to take. They have division advantage, and you're not grouped up.
I've seen PandaS go for it and go again and time again. Here we go towards the mid. Moon and snaking. Coming after Kuro. Curse is available. Eternal Envy's in close by, and well, Kuro was dead. There was no reason to drop it because there was no follow-up.
That's a nice move. They used the siege creep mid to get the tower. The gust caught Kuro off guard so he couldn't get his spells off. And nobody was there to defend. And that tower falling is so crucial for the Radiant side. You need to keep playing aggressive, limit Terrorblade's map access. Unfortunately for them, the Nigma side have somehow managed to get the mid and bottom tier 1 towers with their lineup right now. And that one move mid that they made just 2 minutes ago that gave them that tower and got the Moon Meander kill. You mirror that now, but you do it as the team that should be playing from ahead.
Really good dire scan. You see the lines being drawn by Miracle. It's like, let's get in there.
Oh,
Kuro
Moon Meander.
already starting up on Moon Meander, try and slow him down. GH is coming over too. Spirit gonna go to work. As the clumsy net. Miracle is the one who found it in the jungle. And they're able to find the kill over on the Treant. Mind control, trying to play like AUI.
Did you say his clumsy net on the Terrorblade?
He found it. I don't know if he has it or if it actually got passed over.
Because that item is amazing on Underlord.
Great Invis rune, just sets up the kill over on Weeha. Mind control. He's trying to get him out, but he won't. He'll just get himself out instead.
So I think you want to...
Never mind.
Did he cancel it? Okay.
Yeah.
He's trying to semi-bait them here, but I don't think they're
He's got Miracle around the corner.
Yeah. So the reason you want to give Clumsy Net to Underlord, in my opinion, is the same reason you buy Atos on the hero sometimes. You can cast the Pit of Malice, and then when the Pit of Malice expires, you cast the Clumsy Net, and then when the Clumsy Net expires, the Pit snaps again. So you have like this 5-second route, effectively. And on top of that, it gives mana regen and all stats. Perfect stats for Underlord. I think he's one of the absolute best heroes in the game to have it on. So we might see them pass it over to him if they did indeed get the net on the Dire. But so far...
They definitely have the net. I saw Miracle grab it, but I haven't seen the pop-up saying Miracle gave it to somebody else.
Right.
But yeah, I miss in the fight like exactly who got trapped down. I'll keep an eye out. Almost finished up the Vlads for mind control. Top lane, looks like they're also setting up. Bryle is nearby. Weeha, here's your Splinter Blast. Looking for the extra slow. Hitting from range. TP support is coming in. Lion Striker Rail Connect. Weeha has Laguna Blade and Bryle. The curse is out as well. And it's so Snaking can kill his own teammate. That's a little brutal. Moon also on his way. GH nearby. Gonna lend the Spirit. Moon Meander. Throwing out the roots. And already Weeha TPing away to safety.
Kuro got 752 gold for that kill.
Value. And double stomp from GH.
Just interrupted.
They're coming over. They still want to keep fighting. It's because the rotations. Terrorblade's wrapping around behind. He might actually be able to catch out Eternal Envy.
He needs to
and
not
now
die here.
Envy is trying to run out. GH has the clumsy net. Envy trapped down for a moment. And Miracle is ready to fight. Oh, he lassoed an illusion. That wasn't the one he wanted. So Miracle pushed down farther. Hoping to catch out AUI. Not going to happen now. Oh, I guess I'll turn around and kill off Moon Meander, who's held in position, and then another tier 1 tower to drop.
Yeah, the clumsy net it's really good on ET as well, not gonna lie. They've got two of the best, like, incredible net carriers in their team. Really, really nice here from Nigma, and this tower's gonna fall.
A Terrorblade getting objectives after getting kills. It couldn't get any better for Miracle. He's #1 in the net worth by a large margin, 2,000 over the SF, who was really in control of this game. And he's still been desperately trying to finish that BKB of his. But now the physical damage is going to start to scale up as well.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't even know if the BKB will be enough. Miracle not going Scotty just yet. He's still on his way towards the butterfly.
He's got a shawl. He's going to give that to Lilina probably, or Wyvern. It's really good.
AUI looking for initiation. They're trying to get a little bit closer.
Oh,
the curse! Oh, goodbye, tree. Kuro finding the back lines once again. And all that big damage you got just turns. That's really so unfortunate. If you're anyone other than actually then again, if you're SF or Dro and you stand next to each other, you still don't want that to happen.
No.
So no one's safe.
Anybody who stands next to SF and isn't saved by Omni can die in a curse, I think, almost. Bryle has 200 damage, and if Drow's in the neighborhood, he also gets the benefit from her ulti.
This is so stupid with the net, but it's great. AUI back into flight mode. Stomp's already being used. But GH, Spirits come back to him, and right now PandaS a little uncertain about exactly what they're facing up against, and now Weeha, fast mover, incoming. Not breaking the sound barrier, and both outposts currently belong to Nigma.
Yep.
So the vision advantage is also theirs. They're grouping up for a smoke, PandaS, by the looks of it. Everyone's just backing up to the shrine. Nope, it's just farm. It's always amazing too how, like, after the fight happens, after you get the objectives, Miracle is just on one side of the map where nobody else is, both friendlies or enemies.
Yeah.
It's farming multiple jungles, pushing out the tier 2 tower on bottom lane as well. Fresh Observe was being planted. They get, snaking, 4 staff down. Looking for that target. Kuro does have Curse back up again, and PandaS are doing a nice enough job to stand on top of each other. They look towards Terrorblade in mid. That's the real one. Blink up. Lasso. Miracle was not expecting it. Can he actually get the... No, he can't.
Nope.
Is it Roshan?
Great play. This is going to get the Rosh too. Elder Titan and Wyvern can delay this. You still got to be mindful of Curse. Like, you're standing next to... Oh, Moonman, you're just... Okay, getting killed.
Oh, wait, we walk down the ramp. Now the tree and Oldie will come out. Moon is trapped at the moment. He's going to go down. The Curse is out. Snaking, he's the one cursed, but the Orc got snapped out by the ET. Brawl triggered his BKB coming up the hill, but he doesn't have enough support to keep this going. Tree will buy back in. Remember what you started... They started Roshan. Do they go back for it now?
It's too late, I think. 20 seconds on Terrorblade. Elder Titan is easily going to delay them. BKB used by Brawl as well. They got a little bit...
Wow, he actually just stopped in the middle of the pit, as well as the Spirits. Like, all right.
Here's Omni Knight.
Come at me.
Yeah, defended by Nigma here. I don't think chasing upward there was the play.
Normally the trade-off is to take Roshan for the tier 2 tower, but all Nigma took was the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, no trade.
Yeah.
And now they're going to start Rosh. They know there's no Requiem, no BKB on Shadow Fiend.
And no Batrider Lasso either to mess things up.
Just being pinged out here by Envy.
What's AUI going to do? Envy
is already dead to GH.
Throwing out the split shot. The pit comes down for a little bit of extra defense.
Decent flame break, but...
Still no Curse available. It's a good gust catching 3 heroes. Underlord, not a healthy man, but neither is Roshan, down to 5% of his HP. They're coming in closer. Now SF looks for the raise, and actually it is! It got the kill over on Roshan, so Miracle snatches the Aegis the Immortal while the Light Strike Array control is out. Omni Knight will fall very quickly, never got the GA off. And Miracle, it looks like he wants to try and fight. Blink Lasso, now up, Miracle. This will break the Aegis the Immortal, doesn't have the Metamorphosis anymore. Kuro, he's got Curse available. He'll love a target.
There.
Can't get it though.
Nice from AUI to at least get rid of the Aegis there. All things considered for FP, that wasn't that bad. Like they got the last hit on Rosh. They got the last hit on Rosh. They got rid of the Aegis, so no real advantage being claimed here from Nigma. Obviously, their Terrorblade once again didn't die, but you know, they would have liked to get Rosh themselves, of course. But Nigma being on top of that play immediately with their defensive heroes makes it very, very difficult.
You'd be happy to keep it close. That's it. 1K advantage, 18 to 14. 24 minutes in, people are starting to get the items they're really searching for. It might be nicer once AUI finally has that 4-staff. They can start playing a positional game of their own.
Yeah.
Because he is a fantastic, he's almost a throwaway initiator as that 4 role.
If he can blink Lasso 4-staff the Terrorblade into his team, into a Requiem, that's a kill. There's no defensive hero on the Dire. The best they can do is maybe get a dagger on Kuro so he can blink Curse the Bat as he is trying to pull him away. Because I don't think realistically that you get an Underlord teleport out with a dagger or an Elder Titan getting a full stomp off or something. That's too hard to do. The Wyvern is way more reliable, but needs the item.
That's a confident smoke.
Yeah, I like it though.
No observers or sentries, but they're coming over.
They want
the big one. They got Miracle. He's in the trees, and Observer Wall planted down. Miracle quickly creates a couple of copies. AUI looks for the right target. Kuro, time to curse, time to get something. No, we got silence. Envy won't allow it to happen. A quick 4-staff up. Kuro silence like what feels like forever. He can buy back as they're underneath the tier 2 towers, but you've already lost the Terrorblade. It's just a full retreat from Nigma back to their tier 3 tower.
That map split. I think Nigma just were not expecting a rotation to come that way around at all. They have no defensive ward. Miracle's just farming completely on his own with no protection, not scouting with an illusion, not scouting with any allies. And I think if you're playing a game like this, something that Nigma used to be really, really good at with the map was either to have Terrorblade on the safest spot on the map possible, or to have somebody to die for him, right? Like, if a support dies there, it's not that bad. But this was...
Weeha. Gonna try and get a rebuttal into AUI. AUI through the trees. As he got a little bit more time, they got some help from Mind Control, but a double gust again. Envy with this silence. AUI just hangs in the tree lines, and Mind Control will die.
Man, what is this?
I don't know. It's like they think the 25-minute outposts are still worth it. Both teams are under this impression. They came for the bounty, at least.
I think FP are under the impression that killing the enemy team is a good idea. I would agree with that. Curse.
Well, now
that's not going to cut it. He's too tanky.
Well, maybe with the splitter. Snaking still trapped underneath it. No. Gets so much life back. Envy finishes off the tower.
He's pretty tanky on Omni. He has the Dragon Scale as well. So...
new items get to start arriving.
Quickening Charm for Nigma and a Quiver for FP, as well as a Repair Kit. That was a lot of items really quickly. I think I give this Quiver to maybe the Drow, if she has an item slot. Because I think SF is going to run out of slots too quickly. The Quiver is definitely better than a Broom Handle.
Mm-hmm. What's Envy going to do? Sweep up?
Well, okay. Nigma kind of just gave a little freebie there to FP.
They're just trying to make it a real miracle game. Moon, underneath its own Observer and Sentry. GH is coming out. Kuro has a lot of Sentry wards of his own. Needs to plant it on top of the hillside. He does so. Observer and Sentry will now be deleted.
And now there's protection for Miracle. I think this is what you need to do. At least put one support together with Miracle that can save him with some sort of stun. If Kuro has a Force Staff, right? So he can just, if he gets lassoed, curse the Bat Rider, wait for the lasso to end, and Force Staff your Terrorblade away, and he Mantas. And he's gonna live every time.
Yeah.
So if Kuro is there, he will be the casualty, not the Terrorblade. So
He's just gonna hold the Manta. Like last fight it happened, like what he manted first to try and get away after they exposed themselves from the tree line.
Oh, that tower falls fast, not gonna lie.
AUI, blink forward, he got Kuro. That's his new target. Kuro was meant to be the savior, and now with a Flame Break, Mind Control, forced to stay on the front lines. Envy will focus him down, double kill, and a double buyback from Nigma. They want to finally throw in towers. GH lucky to be alive. Sending the Spirit back out again. Terrorblade underneath an Observer ward. He's on the run south.
Yeah.
Hey, let's battle for an outpost again.
Nigma wanted a fight there where they could backstab with their Terrorblade so he could come in from an unexpected angle, but it's not unexpected when this ward is there.
The Lena's been pushing the top lane in the meantime. Like, you take this fight, you're forcing high ground, but the 1 and 2 position of Nigma, just not there. But then again, Miracle. He needs to finish this TP. AUI. Oh! Flame Break, of course, has no stun.
I had no lasso.
And he had no lasso, so that's okay. Like, we had to check the board.
If he had a Yule there, that could have been scary.
Full Satanic is done 28 minutes in, and Telescope in for Nigma. That's exactly what they wanted.
Item for Terrorblade and Lena here to have on the team. They're going to put it on Mind Control, hoping he can stay alive. It hasn't been going too well so far, but he's probably the best choice you have at this point. And Nigma just needs to be mindful about their position. They're giving away so many free kills today. As long as it's not Miracle, it's not game-ending, but, you know, they were starting to have the game out of control. It's just too many, you know? You can slip up once in a while. For a team with this experience, you don't expect to see this happening this much. Like in the last 5 minutes, it feels like there's been an unnecessary kill per minute almost, if you add them up. It's just not good enough.
Dire are scanning.
Envy found a Mindbreaker? Did he not realize he found a Mindbreaker?
Well, at least it explains to you right now, like when it dies, it drops.
So it
would have been the creep wave that did it before.
A creep or a Terrorblade illusion.
Or a Terrorblade.
Because maybe then it thinks the illusion killed it and the illusion is not a hero. Perhaps. Maybe. I don't know. Either way.
It makes sense, then.
It does.
So, 30 minutes. Let's go for outposts.
Yep.
There's going to be a 1-1 trade-off.
Yeah.
I do like these contest points. It's always like bringing everybody together.
If Nigma's lineup is set up, if they're holding a position with vision, their lineup is really good. Like, Underlord, Elder Titan, Wyvern, really difficult to push into, and then you have the Terrorblade factor in the fight.
But it seems every single fight PandaS takes, either they're flying into Bat Rider vision or they've already got a deeper Observer ward giving extra information.
And the Nigma team don't have vision and aren't together. So it's not particularly difficult then if the enemy team isn't set up. But this time around, now Nigma have made an aggressive maneuver. They got into the enemy side of the map. They have vision placed. They got the outpost as well and the bounties.
Oh, mind control could finally live. They can give him the craggy code.
Yeah, that'll help. It's a really good item this game. You just need armor.
Or maybe you just put it on Kuro and you're just like, hey, man, you got to survive to get your ulti off.
Yeah, that's fair. You could put it on Wyvern.
Either way. Always a fun item to get.
Smoke
up.
Oh, this is dangerous.
But look where they are. They're sitting on the higher ground. But Nigma can reveal themselves. Smoke. Treant walking into the center. But he blinks. He's able to hit himself a 4-man. And then with the lasso back, they're still focusing down Kuro. A quick force up away. They get the distance. Tree will buy back into the game. But all this damage, the GA will slow it down. But then again, so does the curse. SF only held for a little bit. Heavenly Grace buying him that time to back up. Bryle, where is that protection? Oh, Envy through the side. He just kills off Kuro. Miracle won't get anything back, but then again, there's not a lot of mana left over on Eternal Envy, and Miracle still got this huge range damage to work with. A stun after stun from Weeha, trying to keep Bryle under control. Mind control will finally go down. Moon Meander will also join the list of the dead as GH. He has just taken all the damage out through the Spirit. Wants to inflict a little bit more, but throw in a secondary Spirit. Looking for the net. Able to hold Bryle,
Nice
doesn't get the stop. That's actually, yeah, Envy having the Hurricane Pike.
Pushing into high ground against a Terrorblade with a defensive team that's set up like this is so scary. I honestly think, all things considered, FP should not be too sad about that outcome. They maybe feel like that should have gone better because they got an amazing Treant jump with the Bat Rider, but just the time it takes for their other heroes to connect to this engage, you waste away the majority of the overgrowth and the lasso time just getting there.
The two can't keep up.
Yeah, and then you get a decent Requiem fearing them away again, so then you can't reach them again.
Yeah, maybe if Drew Ranger had that nice long ranging kind of attack, it would be a little bit better for her. But she's going, well, I suppose she does have him one attack.
Well, one hit, yeah.
Yeah, as long as she picks the right one. SF finding his target a little bit further to the north.
He beat that, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it triggered off. And, well, at least you know it works. Tried and tested.
And I think if you look back at the fight that we just saw, it's really important that Kuro survives the start. Even if his curse doesn't deal damage, it bought 2 seconds of space in the Heavenly Grace there, and they got to reset and get out and kind of make a draw out of it.
Oops. Split Shot, I think, got like 2 of the creeps in the mid lane.
It happens.
Timing was just a little off, but it was worth a try.
Yeah, Nigma are going to chill until they have Metamorphosis, so you wouldn't be too concerned if you're FP right now about getting aggressed onto.
No.
Or maybe you were.
UI running a little bit further forward. Luckily for him, not caught out by anything else, but Eternal Envy, it won't stop him. Hurricane Pikes forward, looks for the gust, but a Blink Dagger now on Kuro allows him to escape further back. But they look towards Roshan.
Yeah, this is a good play. No meta still.
The ET Spirit's going to come and have a look.
The stomp is really, really short right now on the SF because the Heavenly Grace is going to wake up right away.
But it's good information.
Never mind, yeah, okay.
Quick little gust. Then the roots are down. Roshan, 10%. Why? But Kuro goes in. He'll get the curse off. And maybe now is Eternal Envy's in trouble. No, ET Splitter still doing his work. Kuro trying to get back out. Batride's already brought down by Laguna Blade. Roshan still being focused out by Bryle. He'll get the Aegis Immortal as well as the cheese into his inventory. As Nigma are wondering if this fight is still worth it, Bryle's BKB is worn off once again. And they retreat back to the shrine. Not something Nigma want to fight into, even with Metamorphosis up.
Nice play from FP under pressure there. That was a really good curse from Kuro, but they keep their cool. They get a good GA off. They get the Requiem securing the Roche kill as well as the Fear so that he gets the Aegis no problem. And they also get the kill on the Wyvern. Doesn't really progress FP's game until they start taking a tier 3 tower, though. Can they use this Aegis to break high ground is what you've got to be asking yourself. The bounty runes in 1 minute, maybe you try to get 3 or 4 of those and then go, but you don't wait for the 40-minute outpost. This Aegis needs to bring with it something meaningful. Because it's really deceptive, right? Like, you're 7k gold ahead. They obviously don't know this. They don't know the state of the game exactly. But Elder Titan Terrorblade is always one of those weird wild cards later in the game where if Elder Titan is next to somebody, Terrorblade can kind of just 3-shot them out of nowhere. And you're like, what the hell just happened? And
actually, given the win probability, it's 66 to 34, so it's not a high one, but it is.
I think that's pretty fair based on the state of the game.
So Curious done, 34 minutes in for Bryle.
He's strong.
Yep. Feels like he needs a little bit more sustain, however.
It's another damage item, so if somebody gets cursed next to Bryle, all that extra attack speed, he hits hard. It's very, very hard and fast. But I guess
Are scanning.
he has to buy it. It's still the better choice.
UI.
Okay.
That Blink Dagger did not get him out in time.
Not sure what Kuro was doing in the middle of the river
I think it was,
all along.
unless he was coming for an Observer Ward, it could have been for the 35-minute bounty rune.
Yeah, if he wants to ward for the rune, he probably needed to blink up ward and immediately force staff away.
GH playing with AUI. Support's coming in as we are ready to go. And AUI, Laguna, woo! Bye-bye!
Yep, that's the spirit. Oh, he even had. Oh, he has Axe. It wasn't even the spirit. GH isn't amplifying pure damage, as far as I know.
Now you got Lotus Orb, Silver Edge, Ether Lens, 3 new items coming in for Nigma.
I wonder if Lina getting Craggy Coat is the right choice.
Sorry, not Silver Edge, Solar Crest.
It obviously comes at the cost of some attack speed. But
Lincoln Sphere build for the Drow Ranger. Is that really not? I suppose like it's meant to mess with Sunder
Curse.
and Curse. Yeah,
But Kuro can still, you know, you can
curse the target next to him.
you can Splinter Blast it away. It's really long cast range, so I feel like Wyvern most of the time has decent ways of dealing with it. And as long as you get the Splinter Blast off before he BKBs on the Drow, then you can even curse the BKB.
I love how ET, Mr. I'm going to take all the damage, also has the fangs. It really makes GH that proper fourth core. Nigma.
That Lotus Orb could really come in handy. Reflecting bad ulti, removing Overgrowth, removing Gust. There's so many plays for that item this game. Okay, this is a big play. It can backfire pretty badly, though.
AUI is just trying to do the defense. He's already put the Firefly out, so... And with Flame Break, the Creep Wave doesn't stay alive. But they want to jump. If they can find one.
AUI knows this is up. This is fishy. There's double Siege Creep Wave.
Like, doesn't even need to scan.
right.
Hey, more
Okay.
more Terror Blades. Like, maybe someone needs to do something about this. Brawl takes the tier 2 tower up on top. Here's your first TP coming back. Living Armor protects it for a little bit longer. The Illusions are still working it out. And there's your remaining 3 TPs. Now you're in a 5-on-5.
But
in fact,
now-
the wrapper the Observer Ward, it sees the SF. Bryle's just farming. He didn't realize they were pushing the bottom. He'll BKB up, but you can just work through him. Aegis the Immortal, now deleted.
BKB right away.
Miracle's waiting for it. He's still inside the pit. There's your quick BKB. Miracle into that Metamorphosis at the same time. AUI couldn't get the initiation. They're working underneath the Dire Vision. This is what Nigma wanted all along. Moon also deleted 50 seconds without buyback available. AUI might be back up. He has the Blink Lasso available, and he's going to find one. Weeha pick him up with the double life threat. Array means Envy as well as Bryle, and not attacking just yet. In fact, Bryle, remember, he doesn't have that immunity, but he wants the Yule Scepter. He'll end up dodging it, but Weeha still won't get out of jail. Dead for 80 seconds. Big abilities being committed, but the Pandas hold the high ground.
I love the whole setup from Nigma here to make this play, though. They force the rotation down to bottom. They have pre-placed Ob Sentry. They get the 3 TPs. They see they're coming in, and they know, okay, FP's next move, either they're going to have to start moving across the entire map again, or they're going to have to run into us. So they get that fight going. They use the Curse to kill the Bat Rider in the beginning of the fight, so Kuro doesn't have it later on. If he has Curse in this situation toward the end, that could have given them a lane of barracks, but obviously FP play the fight the way they do, knowing that it's not available.
Look at them pushing down mid now. Maybe they feel like if they can add enough pressure, they're able to force a buyback over on Weeha. But back underneath Dire Vision once again. Observer and Sentry, they see Snaking moving forward. But I'm also watching more pressure being applied on bottom. It's up to Tree and Protected to do the defense.
Does he have Travels? If he doesn't have Travels, this is a 4-man push mid. Living Armor is not that good. Like, it's not the presence of a hero.
Well, Miracle already starts off with a Reflect. They try and get rid of it quickly. Pit also going down, but Bryle really doesn't care. The Heavenly's Grace, they'll have to use the fortification here, Nigma, to keep the Pandas out. Bryle just waits us out. Kuro has ulti. They're all standing next to him, and now Bryle cursed up. A Snake is the only one really there. They're trying to force off him close to something else. The ET splitter, at least snapping Snaking back. But that is not the curse they were really looking for. Splinter Blast still slowing down the Omni Knight, trying to retreat. Laguna Blade from Weeha able to connect Bryle. A TP out. Anybody got a hit? Nope. Miracle tried to get the damage, but he's chasing. 5 seconds before the mirror is up. But Eternal Envy just pushed away. Roshan still dead for a while, but now we turn the opposite direction. Tier 3 tower was taken, sure.
That was very close on the Curse. I think the Drow was 100 range outside of that Curse, and if he was in range, that would have killed the Shadow Fiend for sure. Repair Kit being used here again by Moon Meander, delaying as much as he can on this mid tower.
That's what they need to do.
It's still going to go down, though.
But at least then Nigma knows, like, you're not going to push high ground against Repair Kit either, not against a tier 3 tower.
Has fallen.
I think the goal now is to play on map control. You have the good ward on the top side of the area, so you've got that covered, the left high ground. Now cover the bottom high ground as well and just keep a good grip on the map. And wait for FP to maybe make a mistake. This is not the Bat Rider of old that could just fly out and smoke, see a hero and grab them. Firefly doesn't get flying vision anymore, so you need to have some sort of better information. Spell Prism, really good item for Lina. 20% CDR, probably going to replace the, I'm guessing the... He's actually replacing the Craggy Coat and giving it to someone else. I thought he was going to replace his Nether Shawl. In that instance, double damage, classic Miracle Rune. But not next to Roshan for once in a lifetime. So.
I like how he just stands there and taunts for a bit. It's like, hey guys, can you put the creep wave into a better position? All right, now it's time to go.
He hurts. He hurts real bad. It's for, what's that, 650 without meta?
You know, PandaS would be jelly of that.
A...
Radiant's bottom tower
Oh man, when he pops meta, he hits for like 1,000 with the attack range of the telescope.
Nice throw.
Guardian Angel needs to be clutch now if there is a fight breaking out. I feel like Nigma really want it, but they also don't need to brute force into the enemy tower. If they can control high ground here for a while, might give them a Roshan.
I wonder what... Hey, like, you got Tree just in like no man's land up next to the secret shop.
That's treant for you.
Yeah, that really is treant for you. Like, hey guys, like there's 2 bounty runes still sitting on bottom river as well.
I'm pretty sure Moonyander got scared shitless there. They just started casting, like, what?
You can see me?
Okay, Moon, is he going to overgrowth and they're going to TP in support? Looks like
it.
Here
we go. It's a trap. Oh, hang on. Wait. Moon thought he had friends. Moon thought he had friends.
He took the gem too?
They're in the trees, and now the gem, the 3-man pit. Kuro, huge amount of damage from Brawl. He's winding up the ult in the cold embrace. It'll protect Kuro for the moment. Miracle, very far forward. He wants to find a Thunder target. Brawl, while the BKB will wear off, he'll take the life from Mind Control. And now a quick little lasso. What have you got? He's holding Miracle in position, but AUI also the same thing with a net. Weehar wanting his own target. Miracle, he needs more life.
Satanic.
And hey, he's got Satanic and a creep wave to attack into, creating more illusions, at least the 4-stars, keeping FP away from these continuous light striker race stuns. Kuro is rejoining the fight. He bought back and TP'd out quickly, and he's already returned.
He's got Curse and there's no lasso. This is a potential play for Nigma. They're scouting the Roche right now. It looks like one
just
of their
spawned.
couriers.
Just spawned. Courier sees it.
Yep, they might just go up there instead and try to get that under control.
Definitely feels the safer play.
There definitely seemed to be a lack of knowledge there on Moonmeander's part. He thought he was going to stop the Lina taking over the outpost by using Overgrowth, and then they would TP and help. But either he used it too late or didn't stop it.
This is also the 3rd Roshan. We don't know if it's actually an Aghanims upgrade or if it's a refresher.
This is so big for the outcome of this game.
We're going to watch closely. PandaS are coming as quick as they possibly can to try and stop Roshan.
Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, it's in the backpack of Weehar. The upgrade.
Who do you give that to?
You almost want to give it to Kuro if you can get a Maelstrom down. But, like, who's the better target?
The Terrorblade one is pretty memey, but if he has a dagger, blink in, pop meta.
Remind me again, what's the Terrorblade one?
When you cast Metamorphosis, you fear enemies away, I think, for a while, right? I haven't seen it used.
Yeah, neither have I.
I tested in demo mode, and I was like, wow, this looks cool and useless.
They gave it to Underlord anyway, and we are finding an Illusionist Cape. That's even better for Miracle.
That is very good on Terrorblade, for sure. Because just like his Mantis Illusions, it looks real. It's not like the Conjure image. So he can send this one in, and it can seem real and maybe bait out a lasso, and that could be a game-winning play if you force a key cooldown with an illusion.
It's still 55% to the PandaS. They like.
I don't know if I agree with that anymore. It doesn't feel that way.
Can you debate the numbers? Alan would say no.
I can debate. I don't think this is a 55-45 game right now, to be honest with you.
Well, right now, PandaS are just hiding near their tier 3 towers where they feel a little safe for the moment. Still don't have GA available, so now it's back up, as I say that, with Magic Lamp. Anybody want this?
It's not really that good this game, unfortunately.
You gotta rub it, and then you wish for something else.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, what if the Magic Lamp game granted you 3 wishes?
It would actually grant you like 2 extra items.
You could make an item that gave you wishes, and there was like a set list of things you could wish for.
Well, you mean like the 3 different choices you got? Like,
yeah, so you could, let's say you got the lamp and it gave you three wishes from a list, and you could choose, and the gifts weren't that good, but you could choose the 3 you wanted in the moment.
It'll be like 500 health.
Okay, imagine it's a tier 2 item and it gives you the choice between 3 tier 1 items of your choice, for example.
Okay.
Right? Because you definitely have item slots for that in the current game.
I think you definitely love that if it was like tier 2 items. Like, hey, can I have like... yeah. I like to have all my range items, please.
Or hear me out.
Okay.
What if there was a
I hear you.
mulligan item? So the magic lamp, you could re-roll your current items. Not your bought items, but you could re-roll, like your tier 1 neutral drops, you could use the magic lamp on a hero that had neutral items in their inventory, and then they got new ones.
You mean like you get like 3 charges on items you've already got to re-roll something different?
So, for example, you had a tier 2 item that you didn't like, you could use the magic lamp, and then your tier 2 item, you could turn it into something else.
Okay. And it could be a tier 1, it could be a tier 3.
No, I mean, within the same tier or
Hey.
your choice, whatever it is.
Hey, this is
just
how
an idea.
this is how gambler gets into the game. You have to risk something to gain something.
I mean, it's less RNG than what we just got, so I don't think it's out of the ordinary to suggest this item.
I like how Envy is currently playing like he would normally do with an anti-mage game. I am on the other side of the map, guys. You defend the base. Nobody look at me. I'm hideous.
This slow pushing isn't really going to do anything against Treant. He's just going to keep healing the tower. They're trying to get something out of the siege creeps, but it doesn't do much.
You can see Bryle. Bryle's trying to keep himself awake or like just not bored as he sits in the base, just channeling his ultimate for a bit.
I think what you're fishing for now as Nigma is any hero going astray that you just blast with Lina. And if you find the smallest opening, you pop that meta and you go in.
What is this scribble?
And if Nigma win any team fight where Underlord survives, the game's over. Like, he has eggs, right?
Yeah.
His whole team's just gonna destroy everything.
He become target number 1.
He's kind of been that the whole series.
That is true, but he's been on a lot easier to kill heroes in the previous game.
Debatable.
Envy just needs more damage. I suppose Silver Red should be nice. Oh, that's a nice Lotus Orb. How to protect yourself.
Well, second one. I kind of think Aeon Disc has a place in this draft as well. It's a good item against Batrider for Kuro. He could break with the Disc and then immediately force Staff out, for example. But obviously the Lotus is super useful for all of his teammates as well to have in their arsenal. I think all in all, the itemization of Nigma this game has been really good. Both teams, really. I don't really have many complaints, except perhaps the Midas on Omni Knight. Once again, like, what would have happened if you had a different item? Would it team fight have gone any different if that Midas was a 4-staff? Or, you know,
but if he
always ask the questions later.
Yeah, if he gets the Scythe now, then it maybe Lord be worth it. If he's able to get like a critical disable. But it does feel like, because like these BKBs came up so early, they're going to be such low duration. Like you fight for 5 seconds and then just run away as quick as you can. I like how Dire have now put like Vision on their own side of the river. It's like, okay, if Envy's coming over and farming us, like this can't be good. We're just waiting on the Jaeger's time anyway. And then,
that's a good mentality to have when you're playing against this team. What would Envy do? And then you go there and you're like, not like what would anybody do?
Yeah, so
what would Envy do? And then you were
Envy
there.
thinks it's 50-50, but it's actually 75-25.
Yeah, that's not a 50-50 anymore. If you cross the river, you die.
I liked Lacoste earlier today. It's just like, so what would Envy do right now? He's going for the tier 4s. He's going to end this right now.
Double damage again. The patient get rewarded. Well, having map control helps too.
Radiant's top
So
tower is under attack.
he's looking at
Having
it.
2 runes
Very
falling.
pretty, and we'll pick it up. He's got currently sitting on 272 damage, and now he's sitting on
453.
more.
271 plus 453.
Plus 463.
It
Why did he gain 10 damage? Nobody knows, but he did. Okay, let's.
just miracle things.
So what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, 461. All right, yep.
Is it possible to meta and hit a tower with this DD? You have
That's 730 damage.
the backup of 2 Lotus Orbs, a Solar Crest. You have Satanic, 3,500 health, and a Curse and a Curled Embrace. I think you could meta hit a tower and maybe even take it, but now the DD's expired, so the moment's gone.
And they're
honestly, it's not bad to control the map like this. You're gaining advantage
Everything.
every minute. You'll get 4 Bounty Runes minute 50 by the looks of it, unless somehow Moon Meander starts meandering a little bit more down the bottom lane. He's currently meandering the wrong way. Might want to turn around there, buddy. Nope, going to the creep wave.
Go west, where the skies are blue.
Go west, where there's absolutely no fucking money for your team.
I'm here for
May I suggest east, sir?
No, they're here for a smoke. That's why he's back. Are we coming out? We're going to get this party started.
Oh, there we go. They're actually kind of late on the smoke, but if Nigma were at the outpost, they would have the bounty already and they could get out.
I
but
think they know
late.
they're on bottom.
Radiant's middle
I
tower
think
is
they
under
know they're on bottom. And they're going to be late to the outpost.
Yep. If Nigma had heroes here, it's 4 bounties, but they're also not there.
Meanwhile,
so.
tier 3 tower being pushed on middle as well as top because there's always more illusions, and another double damage rune.
Well, you get 2 every 2 minutes, so the odds are pretty damn good.
Hey, Moon's getting the bounties. He's getting both the bounties on the bottom. Money. Money, money, money. Even though they all have buyback available. That's how PandaS going to play this. Like this is the old like, hey, I die, but don't worry, I've got buyback and we'll get straight back into this. Then again, it's not really the greatest thing for SF. Oh, this is a nice catch for Envy. But ET coming over, Spirits down, and Trian. Well, I don't think he meant to be there. The jump in, lasso is nice, but woo! Hey! Roll down. Okay. They just keep going. G-Amy, G-Amy!
Stay calm, Toby, please.
I am totally calm.
Calm down, they're fine. They G8, they ran away.
They're only battling illusions. It's absolutely fine, but WeHa's found Eternal Envy. The BKB TP will be successful. Snaking. No, heal is available. Miracle will now put this to the test. Attacking up high ground. More buybacks coming in. Bryle now has to use his own life steal. Life steal versus life steal. It's the battle of the sustain. And Mind Control says, nope. We're done. I'm out. This is not it. We're not having this. Everybody chill the fuck out.
That was the perfect enemy battle for Miracle against Envy. Just both satanic on him and Bryle. They're just hitting each other. Nobody's dying. And then one guy just teleports out magically. There you go. That's the plot of everything that has 250 episodes. But no important character died. Please watch next 5 seasons of Naruto to find out who wins.
They both came
after 15 years.
Terrorblade and SF both came from a demon world, a broken home, a hard life is how they started. And that's the real anime story. Hey, Scythe is up. Panda's pays off.
All right, A disc.
Yep, for the Bat Rider.
Well. Great item on Bat. Obviously, your damage doesn't really matter, so if you deal no damage during the
middle tower is under attack.
A disc, not important.
Look at this confidence coming outside their base. Yes, their tier 3 tower is currently under attack. Observer wards gets planted, and that will get quickly dewarded. But Outpost at 52 minutes is claimed, which currently gains you a TP point. I don't know how they really hold that until 60. And we actually, if we had a game that's cracked the hour mark, we got close. We got to 54 earlier today.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah. And then
like
it ended very abruptly.
This game definitely has the potential to go to 70 minutes.
It's such a stupid day. Why would you call something witless?
Because you lose your wit, because you lose all your mana. That's why.
Doesn't that just drain you? Like if you lost intelligence, then it would make sense. Then you'd be totally witless.
I suppose, but, you know. It's good enough.
It's time for a fight.
This game can go really long, but let's see if FP are going to make a mistake going
Prepare
in
your
here.
bodies.
Double
Smoke
smokes.
up. Batrider's going to jump him. The pit. He actually catches out Kuro and Envy. 2 hits. That'll do the work. Now focusing towards the Underlord. You've already got 2 huge kills. Make it 3. Envy proves he can also play this battle, but now from the high ground, it's all going to be coming up. Miracle pushes forward. Moon comes so much damage. Brass TP out will be successful. Moon continues the run. This is huge if they manage to burn 2 buybacks and Metamorphosis. But your Scepter, it looks like there will be collateral damage. Moon Meander, a quick little push away. That's Batrider coming in, and Moon's just like, hide in the trees. HY told me this was safe until he blinked in front of WeHa and he gets hit. Wow, it's hit by both of them. Oops. Well, I guess it's time for Roshan then, hey? 4th Roshan.
That was about as good of a start as you can ever hope for the Radiant in a fight. They kill the Wyvern who doesn't have buyback. They kill Arrow Titan instantly, so much damage is gone, and they kill the Underlord. And then Snaky's like, let's go, guys, come on, let's push up. But that Shrine is still there. They didn't take it after they took the tier 3 mid tower, so 2 buybacks, they return in. Miracle stands strong with WeHa, and again...
Now you get everything. It's
another Aegis Cheese.
It's Aghanim's upgrade, Refresher Orb as well.
Who do you give this Ags to? ET has it, so you gave it to ET, right? He used it immediately, I think.
Gotta click.
He's got it, yeah.
This thing will not show us.
Well, he has the blue aura under him, so he has Axe.
Particle effects for the win.
So GH now gets Magic Immunity while he's using the Stomp.
If he hits the spirits.
Yes, or while the spirit hits heroes, right? That's how it works now. It got changed.
Yep. Well, Spirit comes forward, already looking for its quick little Stomp. By that extra attack, my God, Miracle. Metamorphosis. That's why you just give him the Refresher Orb or Shard. They can bring down the first tier 3 tower Took 54 minutes, and just like earlier today, it feels like, hey, 53 minutes comes along. And all hell breaks loose. They're going to go for a double. Aghanim Scepter for the Drow Ranger. This could be fun if you get some good damage. Now the battle of sustain. It begins once again with Laguna Blade, and maybe a second one as well. Bryle, so low on life. They're cleaning out. Envy needs this split shot to really go to work. Envy actually walking forward after mind control. Forced after wave, but Kuro goes with him. They get the curse off, but it's only Snaking hitting into it. And Envy quickly BKB, Split will pull him back. But this split damage, especially with the overgrowth, this is when they're going to do the damage. Envy just splitting all the damage out. Miracle, he's run out the ulti and AUI, making sure no one is leaving. Nigma losing 2. Is there a stun? Is there a control? No, there is not. Miracle's away.
Oh, that was not a good curse. They forced it way too hard. They had everything under control, and then they got too greedy. They got the mid-racks, they were starting to hit bottom, and then this curse from Kuro, it was...
Do they lose now?
It's entirely possible. You've got Terrorblade with no refresher. He could buy one now, and you have the Lina buyback, which is immediately going to be expended.
I think he has to. He's got 7.5k. He needs to commit something, because without Metamorphosis, they don't hold.
This is a really difficult hold. You have to buy it, right? Sell your treads, buy refresher. Do you have a buyback and refresher?
I don't
he
think
must be running there now.
He had like 7k. Like, I don't think he's got enough. Courier.
There are multiple things in that fight from Nigma that just went wrong. They used 2 Laguna Blades in the Shadow Fiend, and he dropped to like 40% only because he had GA and Satanic.
He's gone back to base. Is this... He hasn't.
Oh, he can't buy it there. I think he forgot. He has to get it from the secret shop. You can't buy Perseverance in your base anymore, Miracle.
God, he's going to make a couple of copies. Lincoln Spear's already been broken. Miracle running forward. He's just going to have to try and use himself as base. Still has Manda Style available. Lasso, AUI going to commit to make sure he goes down. Quickly bolt back. But look at the tier 4 towers. They just evaporate. It is over. They push so hard, so fast that we are going to a decider. 56 minutes on the clock.